All right, all right. So we are live here in our broadcast and on YouTube and also Instagram and Facebook. Let's go ahead and verify that we are live on Facebook. Let me check. Give me a second. Alrighty, alrighty. So we are live on Facebook. Thankfully, after some some challenges, we are here. So anyways, so if you're here on Facebook or on Instagram, just let me know. We have Martina, Gordana, we have Liliana, we have several people here on Instagram. And let me know also here on our Facebook group, New Hope Wellness. If you're live, we're also live on Zoom. We're live everywhere else. And, it's just exciting. Today we're gonna be having a giveaway, and it's gonna be we're gonna be giving away Refine. And for those of you who are just here from different platforms, just type number one in the comments. If you're watching live, type number two. If you're watching on a replay, also instructions throughout the call. We're our team. We have people on from our corporate team on different platforms on Zoom, on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Gordana, Ramsia. Just go ahead and hit all of your team, which means go and text them. We have great, great information about Refine today. We're going to be having a giveaway. We have Zin, we have Uvdeula, we have Arlinda, we have 0208, which was a winner as well. We have Gordon, and we have many, many people. And I think this call, if you are a partner with NH Global, it's key for you to be on, because we're going to dissect one of the ingredients of Refine. Dissect, I mean, we're going to go step by step. We're going to dive deep into some of the medical studies. Although, we are not doctors, by the way, I want to make sure that you guys know this. We are not doctors. We are not providing you with a solution, a medication, or a treatment for anything. But I do also believe that this product is so good for everybody that takes it. And we're gonna talk about the benefits, but not only that. I encourage you to type here in the chat your full name. So these are the instructions throughout the entire call. We're gonna have our corporate team, and they're going to be in every platform, collecting the names, so, and also the country, so they are going to select it and give me two names. So you need to make sure that number one, you have your full name and the country where you're watching from. And not only that, you need to be present. You need to be present. I don't know when we're gonna be selecting the winner, so make sure that if you really want to win a bottle of Refine, to be here through the entire broadcast. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for being here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Today, more than ever, we all need information about, how is that we can, let me see, how is that we can improve, how is that we can get better, how is that we can, take the product with specific knowledge. If you're on our feed on Facebook, I'm gonna encourage you to, okay, yes, we're on Facebook. Okay, so make sure, team Liliana, Lily, checa también Facebook. Check all of the possible channels, because everybody is they're coming on from different platforms. Okay, so I'm checking that our team is on different platforms. Yes, everybody is. Okay, thank you so much, team. And just give me five, a number five, to congratulate or the corporate team, that they're always there. They're always, doing amazing things. Type number five to give them a high five, or a virtual clap, just type number 5 so we can congratulate them. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move forward. I'm going to repeat it again, and then I'm just going to show our slides and we're just going to get into it. Type your name, full name, not just your first name, full name. Hi, my friends in India. We are having a giveaway of one of our products that we're going to explain today. Unfortunately, we're only getting these products in our markets. It will become available in other markets soon. We're currently in the countries for Refine, in the countries of, the European Union, and Serbia, Macedonia. We're in the United States, also Nigeria and Mexico. So if you're outside of these countries, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to, help you for now. But, maybe in the future, we'll go to Asia as well. And if you're interested about getting to know more, how is that we can get to your country, get back to the person that told you about this broadcast, or, direct message, this profile. All right, so let's go ahead and get started after I gave all of my instructions. Thank you so much for all the fives and all the love. And we have also, we have Refine Copy, we have Refine Copy 46, Refine Copy CG 0208, Seal Y5557. We have Sanela from Macedonia. We have also people here, from the United States. We have people from Italy, Lydia, Lily, Mabella, Ramsilla, Nadira, Yelena, Daniela. I mean, I'm going to just say a whole bunch of names, but I'm probably going to miss everybody. I'm sorry, guys, if I miss your name. We're also on YouTube, but let's go ahead and get started. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. I cannot spend the entire broadcast just on this, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Type the number 3 if you know about Refine. Type number 3 if you know about Refine. Type number 3 if you know about Refine. Let's see. Let's see who knows about Refine. Who knows about Refine? Let me check. Let me see. Do you know about Refine? Yes or no? Okay. So we have a couple people here who know about Refine. And all right, what type of, well, my friend, you're gonna get to know what type of gift. Let me check here. Yes, if you know about Refine, type number 3. We have people also on YouTube. Yes, we have all over the place. We have completely all of the platforms covered. Like most everybody on Zoom knows it. What about Instagram? Do you know Refine? Do you know the product Refine? Type number 3 in the comments if you know Refine. Type it. Type number 3 if you know Refine. Yes, yes. Okay. There's Sanel saying yes. Yes. Who else? If you do not know what Refine is, either type no or number 4. Type number 4 if you do not know what Refine is. All right, thank you so much for everybody here on Instagram, also Facebook. Most of them know it. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you our slides. If you're on Instagram, unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to see them. But if you are on, let me check. If you are on Facebook or on YouTube, on our Facebook group is New Hope Wellness. You can go ahead and go there so you can actually get to see the slides. And it's going to be really good because we are going to show step by step, why. And I'm probably going to be short of time, but, I'm going to do my best in terms of in terms of giving you the entire information about Refine, because Refine is one of our main products. And not only is one of our main products, it has 2 herbs. No, we are not giving out money. So I'm sorry, we're not giving away money. So sorry about that. Okay. Refine has, as you can see here in the screen, 2 main products. I mean, not products, but 2 main ingredients, 2 active ingredients. And those ingredients are ginkgo biloba and ginseng. So while we wait for our slides to actually come to the screen, I'm going to make sure that we also have them on Zoom. So if you are not on YouTube or Facebook, go to Zoom. Go to Zoom. We do have the slides about to show there. And make sure you invite everybody from your team. And even if, the language is a challenge, next time, you can arrange your own translations on Zoom, and we're going to be able to allow you to bring other friends here. So anyways, let's see. Alrighty, yes, our slides are here on the screen. So first of all, this video is for educational purposes. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. Yes, I do formulate our products for NH Global, and I work along our team of doctors and developers. And this information is mainly for all of us to actually educate ourselves. It's not medical advice. We're not treating, we're not diagnosing anybody, we're not giving any treatment, we're not telling people that they're going to be cured from these things or those things, or you're going to grow hair, you're going to be taller, smarter, nothing like that. So if you're looking for that, this is not the place. But ginkgo biloba is known for its potential benefits on our brain and circulation in our body. However, individual results may vary. When you take refined or any type of ginkgo extract, there is no guarantee that you're going to have any type of results. Just like any vitamin, if you take a multivitamin, I can guarantee you're not going to feel anything. So that's how herbs work as well. So it is important that you consult your physician or your healthcare provider before you start any new supplement. Not only our supplements, but that includes ginkgo and ginseng, to ensure that it aligns with your personal health needs. All right. Thank you so much to all of my friends who are here. Perfect. Alrighty. Thank you for posting your name and where is that you're from, because our team is going to select your name very soon. So we're gonna go to the next slide, and we're just gonna talk about the benefits of ginkgo biloba, one of the ingredients in our refine. Okay. Hello. We're here having more people here on Zoom. If you're seeing the slides on Zoom, please let me know. Please type yes, I see them, or number 6 if you see them. Type number 6 if you see the slides on Zoom or on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ramsia, Yelena. All right, so let's move forward. Now, what about ginkgo biloba? And these are not claims that you're gonna see here on the screen. Thank you everyone for confirming. These are not claims. These are facts out of some of our medical studies. They are not our medical studies, by the way. There are medical studies done on the ingredients and specifically on ginkgo biloba, and it actually improves 80% of your circulation. That there are studies shown that when you take ginkgo extract, specifically we wanted to add the maximums for Europe, which is 240. Let me see, let me confirm. Okay, yes, it is. And we want to also emphasize that we will bring out some of those medical studies in a second, because I want to make sure that nobody's getting the wrong information. If you're asking, well, where do you take these from? How do you take these these numbers and things like that? Well, basically is they're coming from our medical studies that we did for, let me check. Yes, so they're coming from our medical studies that we took out before we formulated refine. So it also has 60% whenever you're taking refine, and this is yes, immediately. It doesn't have to take 10,000 days for you to see it or feel it. But whenever there are studies done in vitro of our blood, we improve 60% on our brain function. We also have a really great support as an antioxidant support. And what does this mean? Well, and when I say 80% and 60%, these are things that might improve because you are different. These are based on medical studies that I'm going to show you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to work that way in your body. Why? I'm going to be very honest. Even if you're taking a medication, any type of medication, and by the way, our product is not a medication. We have it right here. This is our Europe version or USA version. They're the same. They're just produced one in Europe and one in the US. Um, when you take supplements like Refine or any medication, your body will do different things. Your body is not going to do the same, not even on the same month. Your body will do, probably better, probably a little bit worse. All depends on your overall health because you're going to be drinking certain types of water, or you're going to be taking different, foods, which are good, which some of them are bad. So every single person is completely different from any other people. So we're going to go to the next slide, and we're going to talk about the first benefit, which is enhancing memory and clarity. This is a memory boost, and ginkgo biloba supports your cognitive function and your memory retention. So if you're getting to the point where you forget where you put your keys, you're not getting old. You just need some support. And if you're getting old, this will help you age with grace, to say it that way. So, memory and clarity. There is a medical study. Let me pull it out here. And at the end, I'm going to be showing you exactly which links you can go to. And there is, I think there are 3 medical studies on these that you see on the screen. About patients or people who have mild cognitive impairment, which are people from 60 to 85 years old, who found that after 6 months of ginkgo biloba extract, taking the extract, logical memory and picture recognition were significantly improved in the treatment group versus those who did not. Now, this is huge. There are people in our community that report, I have a friend that started taking, the product, started taking Refine. And, she's not old, she's on her 30s, late 30s. And she told me, you know what, Danny, this is so funny. I no longer need to go back to my password sheet where I have all my passwords because I remember them. And this is huge. It's something small, but imagine if this could improve your life. Now, talk about, older adults which struggle with this thing. And if you have grandparents, if you have your mom and dad who are over 50 or 60, or on their 70s and 85, this is really good for them. There's another trial where they took 3,069 adults age 72 to 96, so they're like older people, and they found no reduction, just listen to this, in cognitive decline with ginkgo. And this is only when they were taking 120 milligrams a day. Our product, we have the daily recommendation of 240 a day in Europe, and taken twice daily. So this is very powerful because it's a medical study that they did for 6 years, and I'm going to show you where to find it. There's another study where it shows that 8 women found that acute doses, so a little bit higher dosages. And I'm going to tell you one thing, disclaimer, don't take those high dosages unless your doctor allows you, unless you have a medical professional that can say, you know what, yes, I see this medical study, I'm gonna take it to my doctor and I'm gonna get there, okay. But don't take my word. Don't take, I'm not giving you a dosage. The company, our company, gives you the instructions, which comes in, in our in the label, and you should follow them. But if you want any other type of dosages, you need to go to a medical professional. So this medical study, took 8 women and found that when they were taking 600 milligrams a day of ginkgo biloba, they improved their short-term memory scanning versus those who were just taking a placebo. What is a placebo? When there's a medical study, people give the real thing. The doctors give you, if you're in the medical study, they give you the ingredient that they're trying to study, and they have another group, and they don't tell you, which is the placebo group. They give you like a candy or something that it looks similar or tastes similar, but it doesn't have any active ingredients. Now, let's go to the next slide. That's huge. For mental clarity, just type here, memory. If you really would love to have better memory, if you don't want to forget your keys or your kids somewhere, because I'm going to tell you one thing. There was one time where I left my kids with my mom, and I was supposed to go get them, and I was like, what am I doing? It's like, oh, let me go back. So yes, those things happen. So type memory. If you want to have better memory, which is huge for everybody, even if you're young, I mean, this doesn't hurt. And if you're on your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, if we have any people, any person that type of level of blessing, to be an older adult, man, this is going to help you. Yes, thank you so much for typing memory. Now, we are going to talk about the focus and energy, because there are, energy is one. Because whenever we are overwhelmed with a lot of different things, a lot of, I don't know, work, there's like different tasks that men and women have, but especially women, where we are trying to do different things. We're trying to cook, and at the same time we're trying to clean the diapers, and we're trying to feed the husband, or the family, and we're trying to build a business. We get it. Or you have a job and you need to go to your job, and then when you come home, your job doesn't end there, but it just gets started. So uh to be focused and not forgetting things, which is connected, the memory and all those things, it is a challenge whenever you have a lot of stress. And nowadays, this is one of they call it a world pandemic, which is stress. Stress is one of those things that it is affecting a lot of people in our world. Now, before we go further, please make sure that you don't forget to type your full name. Even if your profile says your full name, you still need to type your full name, and your country, where is that you're located. Full name and your country, because our team is watching. But I see that people stop posting, so I wanted to remind you on that. So enhancing your focus and energy, this is another benefit that ginkgo will give you. And this is just ginkgo. I'm not talking about ginseng today, but we're going to talk about ginkgo. Listen to this. There are medical studies that I can also show you. And at least, I'm going to talk about one so we can move a little bit faster, because we have so many, many, many different benefits. But in a physical study, in a study of physical active young men, for 6 weeks of doing ginkgo biloba, 160 milligrams per day. And this is way below what we have in the US and Europe, which is 240 per day. Their blood antioxidant capacity improved and increased the level of brain activity and neuropathic factor. And this is really, 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 really amazing, because And it's not neuropathic, it's neurotrophic factor. So it's called the BDNF if you're a doctor. So we are going to show you this because this suggests that the brain performance and mental resilience might be improved when you're taking our amazing ginkgo. So that's it. Let's go to the next slide. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Thank you for typing. Yes, I appreciate that very much. Okay. It enhances the blood flow naturally. One of the reasons why we created our product, our refine, was because of this. We were, talking about, the need in the market, the need for people to have actually results, not results that you can measure maybe in years to come, but results that can give you the actual picture of what's happening in your brain. I mean, not in your brain, in your cells, in your blood. Now, we saw that there is a one specific lab test that can be done on, your blood cells, before, in the oxygen in the cells before you take ginkgo and after you take ginkgo, and also ginseng. But, in this case, we're focusing on ginkgo. So we saw the before and after, and for the sake of time, I don't have that picture here, but I promise you I'll bring it to you next week because we're going to be talking about ginseng. And you can tell, the little cells, right there, just normally flowing. And then 20 minutes after taking ginkgo extract, how they were rounded, more full of energy. It was really, really good. So there's also people who have given us experiences, athletes, that have reported that their oxygen levels and their level of performance is way better if they take, refine before, if they take ginkgo, 20 minutes before. And it's really good because, if you're an athlete, this is huge because you don't get as tired faster. You actually can perform better when there's more oxygen. Now, what medical study I have for this? It's very, very simple. We have actually 3 medical studies. Seeing the timing here, I'm gonna try to give it all today. And there's a randomized double blind crossover trial, which means they did a medical study that was like really, really good. Like they compared it twice, of 27 individuals who were, actually in the middle 30s, and they gave him our dosage, which is 240 milligrams. They did not give him our product, but the dose that we usually recommend of a ginkgo extract. And they found that the vasoregulatory effect, which is the skin blood flow, was way better. Now, there's another medical trial where in adults, when people who have this disease, PAD, which is peripheral artery disease, which is a disease of the arteries, with 62 individuals taking 300 milligrams of ginkgo, they found a modest but significantly improvement in how their blood flow was behaving and how the flow was actually having a good vasodilator, aspect. So there's another medical study which was done, on 739 people for intermittent calculation. Uh, I'm sorry, not calculation, claudication, found no clinical benefit of walking on a distance. So there are things that people can actually take and that will do a difference. But on this case, they found that there was like literally no difference between, those people who were taking the ginkgo extract and they were walking. There was no difference. So there are other medical studies done on athletes, which, it can and may help them, at a higher rate of performance. But whenever you're walking and doing your daily activities, you're not gonna be able to see much difference, guys. So that's why I wanted to mention this, because as much as we want to say that our product is the best, there are some times when you're doing the daily things and you're not going to be able to feel much. Now, the next benefit is called, the stress. Let me see, improving. Okay, no, not that one. Yes, enhancing your mood and you and helping with stress. But let me see, because I am seeing here. Okay, yep, is this one. So even if it says mood, it helps you with stress. Okay, so bear with me, because on this topic, and as I am about to finish in just a minute, but make sure you type your full name and your country, because we're gonna select you. Well, our team is going to select two names, and you need to be here. And if you're not here, we're gonna call some other names. So make sure that you stay here with me. And give me a second, because they're asking me about those instructions. Okay, perfect. Perfect, thank you. So the next one, on the stress and mood balance, there's another medical study showing that there's been uh, trials of the different people where they take either taking 240 milligrams or 480 milligrams versus a placebo, which is water or something else, and they have found that people with generalized anxiety disorder actually have significant reduction in anxiety scores compared to the ones that do really just took a placebo. Now, what does that mean for me? What does that mean for me as a regular individual? It means that you can actually, if you're under a lot of stress, which we are, all of us, because we're busy, we're building life, we're doing different things. If you're taking ginkgo, and as you can see, the reason we did the 240 is because I took those medical studies, which are many. They're not only one, they're like over 1,000 medical studies on ginkgo and ginseng. But I saw one common thing, which is the 240 milligrams, which is what we have in Europe and also in the United States. 240 milligrams, and that's per day. And taking these and then having the same results, it's incredible. Now, going back to the stress and the mood enhancement, I can tell you that there are people, at least in our community. You can go to New Hope Wellness on our Facebook group. That's the name of our Facebook group, where you're gonna find a lot of different stories, personal stories from people, not trying to claim anything. But I have seen that many individuals have reported that even when they're under stress, under test, or they have a lot of work, they have a season of huge stress mentally, and their families financially, because they're stressed financially as well when you can't pay your bills, when you're sick. If when they take our product, our extract, there are people that say, you know what, I can cope better. What does coping mean? They can do better, which means that you can still be stressed, you can still go through life, but be able to respond in a more easier way, because it is always good to have a support for whenever you are emotional, for whenever there's you're moody, maybe you're on your period, you're a woman. This is really good for PMS, which is it regulates your brain activity during this changing of all of the hormones. Whenever the estrogen goes up after you ovulate, And then what happens? What's estrogen? Is a hormone that is important for fertility and also for women. If you just go and let's go back. You ovulate. If you're a woman, you're gonna ovulate. You know what? If you are on your 50s or your 60s, you're probably gone through that. But you get a lot of estrogen and then a lot of progesterone because your body is preparing to have a baby. Whether you like it or not, that's how it is since you start having your periods. What happens is that actually if you are not pregnant, your levels of estrogen and progesterone drops down. When they drop down, guess what happened? Ladies, if you feel like if you're going crazy, you're not going crazy when you're having your period or before having your period. You're just going through a hormonal imbalance or change in your body. So what happens is that is stress in your body, and that generates a lot of cortisol. Cortisol is actually the stress hormone. And what happens? Right before you're going to have your bleeding or your period, you start getting cranky. And that's not abnormal. Maybe you don't. Maybe some months you are completely fine. But if you do, if you take at least ginkgo biloba, I mean, and you can try any other ginkgo if you want to. We're not telling you that you should only buy with us. That's completely fine. But ours has medical research behind, which is really cool. You can actually cope. You can still have the mess going on. You can still feel the rage if somebody dares to ask you when is not the right moment. No, I'm just kidding. But men and women, before a lady is gonna have their period, we get emotional, we get sometimes sad, we get sometimes crankier, but that doesn't give us permission to hurt people at all or to do crazy things, but that happens. So when you're taking refine, and don't take it just because of me, try it, you are able to cope better, not only with that type of stress, which is the PMS, before you're having your period, but also if you're having, I don't know, a very stressful situation. Maybe you're going to court, maybe you are in a lawsuit, maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe if there's a lot of stress or somebody bully you, or they're like whatever, you're under stress, like we're fine. Is chilling. You can still have all kinds of things going on, left and right, and they're telling you and they're fighting you at work and they're saying a whole bunch of things that they shouldn't said. Somebody cuts you in the traffic. But if you, I mean, first of all, that's personal development, you need to tone it down. But second of all, take some support, because the hell is gonna be there whether you like it or not. But if you have a way to balance yourself, you're gonna thank me later, because you're gonna see it clearly. You see everybody going crazy around you and you're like chill, you're like, you're there, you're more able like to bring your amygdala. Let me just tell you how. This way, when we're stressed, when we have cortisol levels very high, you know, usually, not all the time, our amygdala acts as if we are in a dangerous situation when we're stressed. When somebody says something we don't like, when we get angry at people, this is how our amygdala goes, like all activated. But if you're able, just think about this, to have the same situation. Of course, this also takes personal development, and it takes, if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy, do whatever you have to do. But your brain, physically, biologically, if you're able to, with, different techniques, but with physically be able to come back to this, which is calm down, your amygdala. Let's say you're stressed, but you have support, you have enhanced, there's, medical studies showing this, you're able to come to this. There's a mess around, but you take better decisions. You take better decisions because instead of you reacting to a situation, now you're able to, okay, I see it for what it is. It is a disrespect from my boss, or my coworker was gossiping about me, but I'm just gonna be graceful and I'm gonna respond the best way. Imagine if we could live that way. I mean, even without refine, that would be incredible. So now, if you have a support, why not do it, right? So type in the chat, less stress, less stress, and we're gonna move forward and we're gonna finish this very soon. Less stress. Type in the chat, less stress. This is gonna help you. It's good. It's good for you. Now we're gonna be talking about an antioxidant defense for cellular health. As you can see, there are cells here in the screen. You can see them on YouTube or on Zoom. Thank you. Let me know if you see them on Zoom. Let me know with a number 7 if you see them on Zoom or on Facebook. Let me see on our Facebook group. Yes, thank you, Andrea, and thank you, everybody, for telling me the truth. Yes, we all do struggle with different things, especially if you're a woman. There's a lot of stress put under us. Since there's so many things that you guys. Thank you, Amabella. We have different people saying less stress. Just type less stress if you want to have less stress. Or number 7. Thank you. So moving forward, antioxidant defense. Our ginkgo, actually, we have medical studies as well, but it provides you like with a protection of these ugly oxidants that actually come to our cells, and we're surrounded with them. What's oxidation? It's the root cause of disease. Oxidation, lack of oxygen. So imagine a car. I don't know if you ever had a car that, I don't know, maybe was scratched or somebody scratched it, and then you start seeing the rust. Just type number 8 if you've ever have your car scratch, and type number 8 and you saw the little rust is getting oxidated because of the water and all of those things, and it looks a little bit ugly and you need to paint it. Type number 8. Or if you've seen anything like that, type number 8. So that's exactly what happens to our cells. Our cells with stress and with lack of good nutrition, and I'm going to say this with a lot of respect, because I have a lot of friends that drink and smoke. Guys, this is killing you. This is going to kill you, because this provides a lot of oxidative stress for your body. And not only that, bad moods, whenever you are letting rage come in your life, when you're getting anger, all of those things, not only the external factors but also the internal factors, because I can be the greatest person that never drinks, but I'm full of rage, I'm full of gossip, I'm full of anger. That's not gonna help me. I'm not talking about what happens to others, but to myself. What is it going to do for me to take an offense or take anger and then let it have root in my body and then destroy myself? There are medical studies done that people who are always angry, people who live with resentment, people who are never forgiving people, there are medical studies that show that some types of cancer develops out of those situations, some types of arthritis, some types of diabetes. And I can bring you those things next week if you want to. Do you want me to bring those medical studies? Put number 10 if you want me to bring them next week, and I'll bring them so you can use them and see them. To put number 10, let me see, in different platforms if you want it. If not, it's okay. Guys, I'm gonna tell you here on Instagram, it's not cool. I am not here for anything else but for business. This is not a profile to be doing those things. I am not interested into personal things. I am a married person, and this is very disrespectful, so I'm gonna have to block you here. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. This is very, very disrespectful. Anyways, Thank you so much. Perfect. Alrighty. So moving forward, uh, number 10, who else said yes? Okay, so okay, we'll bring him. We'll bring him next week. So you be careful with those things because you might be thinking, what is it good for my body? If you think that alcohol and drugs and smoking is bad, it is bad. I let's face it, don't do it. Stay away from it. And if you're in health and wellness, I'm going to recommend that you try your best if you're in this type of business to give the best example for people. So I'm not perfect either. So, but I'm telling you just the honest truth, because if we are preaching one thing, we want to live by it, because we are preaching health and wellness. I want you to live your life to the fullest. So not only all of those external things, but the internal things. What am I doing, to my life? But thank you so much for those of you typing 10. I will bring it next week for sure. But what are we doing to our lives if we are constantly angry, finding, the problems where there are not problems, just because we are resentful? Resentment is horrible. So we're going to bring this in our next talk. So we're going to go move forward. So I'm not going to get sidetracked. And I'm going to show you some screens for, okay, yes, for some of the medical studies. And I'm not gonna do many because we are right on top of our hour. Okay. I'm gonna bring one of the medical studies that I took to create a refine. And this was one of the inspirations. And you're gonna get to see it live if you're on Facebook or Zoom. Ready? So let me see. We're just going to stop sharing here. We're going to go straight into the medical study. Okay, you're going to be able here to see it on Zoom. Do you see it? Yes, yes or no, no. See it, see it? Okay, you see it. Perfect. And then we're going to go to, okay. We're going to go to or Facebook. Let me see if you see it on Facebook and also on YouTube. Do you or you don't? Okay, we're able to see it. And we're gonna remove the other one, but you can see this. I will type in the chat. Where is that you can find this link? This is not a medical research done from our company. It's not a medical research done on Refine at all. It is a medical research. Let me just type it here on YouTube so people can find it. Perfect. Send. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm also going to send it here in our Facebook. Alrighty, we do have it. And it is a medical study done about, okay, so let me go down. This is the National Library of Medicine in the United States. This is a public, website where, actually the government shows all of the available medical research on different, medications, ingredients, active ingredients, and things like that. So ginkgo biloba, and type here number 11 if you're seeing it, or yes, 11 in the chat if you're seeing it, or yes. Also, I remind you, type again your name and your country, because our team is about to select the winners. 11, yes, you're seeing it. So ginkgo biloba extract, which is a specific type of extract called EGB761, which is a branded ingredient, improves cognition and or an overall condition in ischemic stroke, which means this is a medical study done in individuals who have had a stroke. Disclaimer, this is not made, the medical study was not done on individuals who are healthy, but those who had a stroke. Thank you so much, everyone. So, what is the background? Those patients, had, a mild cognitive impairment and dementia. So, this could also apply to those of us who, for some reason, because of stress or because of age, we are losing our ability to remember things properly. Now, it doesn't mean that we need to have dementia to be able to benefit from this at all, but you're going to be able to see all of these things. If you're not a doctor, you're not going to understand that it's complicated, but it has a conclusion. So everybody can see here the standard treatment, and the EGV 671, which is the ginkgo extract, and you can see who was their patients, which is 26 women, 71 men, and age approximately, they were age 62. And it tells you all of the without with the standard treatment with just medications, you know they regain their cognition. But whenever they take the ginkgo extract, they actually improve significantly. So which means uh, that at least for those who had a stroke, those people who have mild dementia, mild loss of memory because of a stroke, they improve significantly. And, again, we're not here to prescribe people. I want to be very clear. We need to always be responsible to use a physician whenever you have a person, maybe you are a distributor, a partner with us, and you want to give, because of your good heart, you want to give some advice to people. I will always urge you to use a doctor, and don't try to be the doctor, because you're going to get in a lot of troubles. In different countries, they can even fine you or throw you in jail. So don't do that. Just recommend it from the heart, from what you see, but never as a treatment. So as you can see, you can have the final comments here. It has a lot of references. If you're really deep into science, or one day you just don't have anything else to do, just come in and go through the entire medical study, and you're going to be able to see that there are some really great improvements on people who have had a stroke, or people who are prone to have a stroke. As well, I want to give a disclaimer before I close and before I stop sharing here on Instagram or Facebook or on Zoom. We're not trying to play the doctors. We're not trying to say, hey, we're here to give the solution to anybody. But those things were shown to you so you can see that there are many benefits in our product. So I'm gonna go to our giveaway just right on top of the hour. I'm gonna ask my our team to select them. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna call out names. Now I am getting the names. I'm gonna call out the names, and if you are here either on Instagram, on Zoom, or YouTube, make sure you say it's me, or say yes, or say something, because if you don't, we're gonna skip you. We're gonna give you a chance, but if you don't respond, well, okay. Let's go ahead, team. Send me the names, porfa, please. And the names are. They already spin the wheel or whatever they did on their own. Let me check. And you're getting a bottle of Refine. Okay. They're taking a little bit of time, but it's okay. It's okay. We can take all the time in the world, but come on. Danos los nombres. Give me the names. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. It's taking a bit, but they're coming. Let me see. Let me see. We have two people. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And I know that you guys are still typing and doing all these beautiful things. Perfect. I think that next time I'm going to ask him like 2 minutes before we start. So, okay, we have Andrea Yellen from Slovenia again. Andrea Yellen from Slovenia. You're getting a bottle of Refine. Wow, that happens when you keep on coming to the calls. You might be able to get twice a prize. So, Andrea Yellen from Slovenia. Andrea Yellen from Slovenia, please contact. If I think you're on Zoom, please make sure you go to support and you tell them, hey, I won. Um, uh, I won a bottle of Refine. Yes, okay. Bring it on. Bring it on. One second, guys. I know that it's exciting. It's exciting. But they have to properly do so. Andrea, are you here? Let me see. Let me make sure that she's here. You're here. Andrea, you here? Or you left? Don't tell me you left because that's gonna be regretful. Andrea, ¿dónde estás? I think she's on. Let me see where she's at. I think she's on. Okay, she is here. She's on Facebook. All right, got you. Got you, my friend. Okay. Give me another one. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, let me see. We're waiting. And while we're waiting, just here, type in the chat if you've ever tried Refine and how is that you like it. Please type your experience, your personal experience. I would like to see it. And if you're okay with us disclosing these experiences, just type it. If you're not, don't type anything because we're gonna be able to also show other people how amazing Refine is and how many other people in the world are taking it. So while we're waiting for her, type here your personal testimony or your personal story. Thank you, Yelena. I saw you already. About Refine, type it here in the chat, in the comments. It's going to be exciting. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Who has an experience? Okay, Refine is the best anti-anxiety product in the world. I agree with you. I agree with you. And we also have some people who have different, conditions. Again, this is not a medication, but I have friends who have kids with different conditions as schizophrenia, which have helped them, with some of the symptoms. It's not a cure at all, but it can help people. So another experience. Give me another experience. Another experience before our team gives us this thing. All right, yes or no? Okay, another experience. Okay, we have it right here. We do have another winner. Let me see. Yes, we do. Okay, yeah, we have the winner, but I'm gonna read the experience. Stress is gone from Elver. Stress is gone from Elver, and we have the winner, but let me see. Perfect. We have the winner, but I wanna wait for one more. One more. Any experience on Instagram? Can you share it with us? Let me see. Yes, yes, no, no. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you the winner. Let me show you something. Come here. We have a visitor and we have the winner. Meet our friend Marie, and she's waking up from a nap. She's amazing. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cat. She's incredible. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna give you the winner. Refine is the best. Everybody's just typing here. Yes, thank you, thank you. And the winner is, okay, thank you, is Jelena. And I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce it right, but I'm gonna tell you Jelena, the two Jelenas. I love you guys. I only know one of them, but Jelena Silimingas from Macedonia. Jelena Silimingas. If you're here, please type it in the chat. Yes, you're here. Okay, perfect. Contact support. Contact support. Thank you, Amabella. Of course, Refine is a perfect allergic combater. I will need to dig into that, like to about allergies and things. Congratulations to both Jelenas. And the winner of the cat is, okay, no, that cat is not for giving away. It's a great cat, but thank you so much. Okay, well guys, thank you for being here. It's been amazing. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is going to be on YouTube, also on New Hope Wellness, so you can go ahead and tag people. Maybe, not the entire, don't send them to watch the entire video. If they want to, that's fine, but capture a specific place, from the slides, and just give him, go to minute, I don't know, 38, and you're going to be able to see about memory. Maybe somebody has a parent which is struggling with memory. They're, older, or, just an example. So thank you so much, and congratulations to both Jelenas. We'll see you very soon, and thank you for being here. Thank you to our amazing team. Big clap for them. Thank you, my friends. Bye bye. All right. So we're going to say goodbye to you guys here.